Today is my wonderful husband's birthday, so I wanted to make a video talking about all the amazing things that he's got me interested in or introduced me to since I met him. So we're just gonna keep him there because he's very cute. So one of the earliest things he got me interested in was anime. I had watched a little bit of anime with my brother when I was like a teenager, but I had never really watched that much of it. So he introduced it to me in a new way, and now I've watched like 15 to 20 different anime shows, I think, and I just really like it. It's one of my favorite types of shows to watch nowadays, and I'm really grateful that he introduced me to that. Another thing he kind of got me more interested in, he didn't introduce me to this either, but something he got me more interested in was like lots of different types of rock music. Honestly, before I only really listened to pop. My dad growing up listened to like classic rock music, but my husband's more into kind of metal, punk. He's currently really into, or he has been really into Swancore, but he's really expanded my music interests and music tastes, and I love my playlist way more now than I ever have, and I dive deeper into like the lyrics and meanings of songs because he's really, really good at that. He loves understanding like the meaning of a song and knowing all the lyrics and then explaining to me what a song means or what it means to him. And I really love that about him, and I'm so grateful he has expanded my music taste. Another thing is bird watching. He got into bird watching while we were married, but he brought our whole family into that kind of world, and now it's just like such a staple of our family and his extended family, and we talk about birds a lot, and we look for birds when we're going for walks now, and it's really made me appreciate the beauty in the world more. And I am so happy that we bird watch because it makes just everything feel more fascinating when you like know, well, that type of bird is, whatever type of bird it is, and you can see the difference between like different hawks, different ducks, and stuff like that, and that it's just really cool to me. A recent one is Pokemon games. I never really played Pokemon games. I had Pokemon cards when I was growing up, but I never played Pokemon games. But he has a few different Pokemon games on a Switch and the DS, or he has a 3DS, and that is really fun. I need more kind of like cozy games or just like simple games like early Pokemon games in my life because I find it really enjoyable, and I don't have a lot of ways to relax myself or like to chill out. I usually am go, go, go. I'm always doing something. I'm always busy. I don't like to sit still, and it makes me sit still, and I find that relaxing, and I find that as a big benefit to someone who doesn't know how to sit still. A big one is board games. He's a big board game collector, and so we play more obscure board games, not like super obscure to like the board game community, but to the general population. We don't play a lot of like party games basically in our house, and it is like just like the detail in some of these types of board games, it's just like so gorgeous. And I was talking about whimsy in my last video, and a lot of these games feel very whimsical, very, very fun and artsy and whimsical, and so that's been really enjoyable to play those with him and to grow our collection of board games. We have a huge stack, and that's been super fun. I also got into fantasy reading because of him. I read mostly growing up like the popular books, especially like popular YA books or whatever. I never really read anything written for adults. I never really read high fantasy stuff or like really intense world building fantasy stuff. And so he introduced me to that, and I started reading like for the first time since high school in like 2024. And he would read to me like the Brandon Sanderson books, and then I would also be reading Brandon Sanderson or some other fantasy books. I don't really remember what I was reading, but that was really special to me, especially when he was reading them to me, because I had never really delved into quite such a large world of like fantastical stuff, and it's just like fun to read different magic systems and bringing magic into your life. That feels pretty special, even if it's just imaginary. So I am super glad that I'm able to handle reading big fantasy books like that because of him. And the last thing I'll talk about is the most recent one, which he has gotten me into Magic the Gathering, the card game. I don't think I would enjoy playing it with like lots of different people, but I really enjoy playing it with him. It like makes me feel, because he's really, really smart. He's one of the smartest people I know. So when I can beat him in a game, like through just like strategy alone or whatever, that feels pretty special. And it's a nice thing for us to do together. So that is like the most recent one. And I'm pretty grateful for that. All of these things he's introduced me to have just kind of brought us closer together. And I'm just so incredibly grateful. And that's why I really wanted to talk about it. So lastly, I'll just say I love my husband. His name's CJ. I love him so much. I'm so grateful for all the joy and light he brings to my life. I made this video to show him and other people just how much like he's improved my life. Not only because he works hard and he's always there for me, but because he loves these things so much that he shares them with me, and then we get to love it together, and I get to find more fun because I've always been like just do the work, do everything you possibly can to make everyone's lives better, and he shows me these things and it makes my life better. And he doesn't even realize that he does it. And so just all of those things I listed have made such huge differences in my life. And they're silly things. They're fun little things. But I'm so grateful that he's shown them to me. And I can't wait for the many, many more things he shows to me in our lifetime.